First of all, I think your analysis was very straight line. History doesn't run in a straight line.
Kid, you cannot tell your neighbor he is stealing ducks when you are stealing frogs.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Prasad, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go along that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got nothing.
Calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good.
I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective,
Yes,
but
the
an
Guyanese
erratic
Mikhail
detective,
Rodriguez.
Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Gildarie, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. In the studio here. So wherever you are, whichever part of the world you are, in London, good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. We have allocated Fridays for call-in, in which we ask people to call in, give their complaints, make their accusations, sing praise to whoever they want to sing praise to. But we learn, and the people who are watching this program learn, because things come out on the call-in program that people need to know. For example, I got a call from Mr. Gobin Harbour John, who has appeared on this program several times, in which there's a dispute at Albion Police Station, and there's a cow and its calf there just in prison on the police compound. That is cruelty to animals. These are the kinds of things that the call-in bring. So call us. You can see on the screen 231-2982. I think that's the 2982. And then there's a WhatsApp number. So please call us. Let's chat until 10 o'clock. Let us know about your excuse me, what are you doing?
Sorry, Freddie, we had a problem.
Sorry about that. Akash phone was on. Gildarie leaves tomorrow to do further medical tests, and sitting in is Akash Prasad. I think you know Akash now. Akash would be making an appearance here on a regular basis. So it will be myself, Gildarie, and Akash. So welcome to Akash. He's been here the past 2 weeks, and he has done interviews on the program. So we wish him well. He has a long experience in print media. He has been with the Chronicle a long time, and recently was the marketing manager for the Chronicle. And at the Chronicle, he did a series of television interviews called Personality Profile. So you know Akash, and please get accustomed to Akash because he has joined Leonard, Gildarie, and I. So call in and let us know what is on your mind. Let us know what is going on. Now, the last call-in we had, a viewer made a statement, and the Minister of Home Affairs has contacted us to say his statement was erroneous. Now, we thought it's out of respect for a Minister of Government, we should bring this to the attention of the public. The caller said that the vehicle with the minister inside was exceeding the speed limit somewhere on the West Coast. The minister said that time that the caller was talking about, he was not in that vicinity. I don't know if the windows were down and so the caller saw the minister, but normally those ministers do not drive with their windows down. In fact, Guyanese, Guyana, which exists right next to the Atlantic Ocean, people drive next to the Atlantic Ocean with their windows up. Most people in the world, if they're driving next to an ocean, they will have their windows down so they can enjoy the breeze that ripples their hair. So I don't know if the minister's window was down and that caller saw the minister, but the minister said what that caller described, that vehicle, he was not in that vehicle. If the windows were wound up, it's difficult to see who's inside. So if that caller is looking at us, please make sure that you got that thing right, that it was the minister in the vehicle. I think we should have asked if the windows were down and he saw the minister. If the windows were not down, it's difficult to tell who is driving in those ministerial vehicles because they're allowed by law to have dark tint. Well, we thought we'll clarify that because the Minister of Home Affairs, Honorable Robson Ben, did call to say the accusations made against him were erroneous. So we have to be careful. I am absolutely sure that the minister wouldn't sue. But that's the kind of thing we have to be careful with. Maybe some vexatious person, you know, if it's a different person, we could probably end up being sued. So if you're calling in, make sure that your accusations are tempered and do not call names. You can say a certain minister, what have you. But my co-host is Akash Prasad. I think you, looking at this program the past few sessions, you would know Akash by now. So welcome to Akash once again, and he will be a recurring decimal on the program. Let's say what's happening your side in Paris, London, New York, Trinidad, wherever you are. Let's say what's happening to you. Let's say what you think about this country that is now blossoming. I'm unapologetic about my support for Guyana, its newfound oil economy that will catapult us into a future that has so long been denied. And you have to be dishonest to say you haven't seen things positively that's going on. This country need, according to Mr. Nicholas Boyer of the Private Sector Commission, 250 workers, 250,000. So things are picking up. I think you can't expect things instantly. You can't expect there's an oil economy and in 2, 3, 4 years, you just spring up and become a Dubai or a Saudi Arabia. It will take time. But that dream that has so long eluded us is here. We're going to have, because of the significant oil find, we're going to have a substantial income coming in from oil. It's already coming in because of the Ukrainian war. So, welcome to welcome to the future of Guyana. Could you do something about that the phone?
Freddie, earlier what happened, viewers, you want to apologize. See, earlier we didn't have an audio, so I was just trying to make sure that we have the audio now. But it's all right now. Thanks everyone for joining us. as Mr. Kissoon has said, these programs are basically where you have a chance to air your grievances. Every country has its problems. Some are unique in many ways, and this provides a platform and a forum for you to air your grievances. We have one call coming in, so perhaps we can take this call. Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
This is the first call.
Yes, go ahead, please.
There's a couple of things I want to touch on. I have to endorse Freddie about the booming Guyana. As I would have spoken last week, I was in Guyana, and people have to be totally, if there's a word called ignorance or arrogance, not to notice the development in that beautiful land of ours. I've seen some fantastic moves in that country. I'm hearing a feedback here.
You're getting a feedback?
Yes, I'm actually hearing myself on the thing, and my volume is down.
Sachin, is there?
I'll have to call back because
It's from your side, not our side.
All right.
No, I'm hearing what I'm saying here, even though the volume is down. I'm looking at you guys, and I'm hearing what I'm saying.
So, that could be your side because
all right,
our operator said our side is okay.
Let's try to fix it, and we'll call you back. And you call back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everything is all right here, Sachin. Sachin. Well, it's his side. So, good. Our numbers are on the screen. Please call us and let's talk. Sing your praise or make your accusations. You have the right to your opinion, but not necessarily the right opinion. But you do have your right to your opinion, and you should be allowed by natural law and man-made law to be allowed to express it. If you like the government, if you don't like the government, if you don't like me, just say it, but try to say it rationally. We have a call there?
Yes, the same gentleman is calling back. Yes, go ahead, sir. I hope it's better now.
Yeah, well, way better.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I would like to endorse every sentiment that's expressed by Freddie about the fast-moving pace of Guyana moving into the right direction. Thanks to President Ali and his vision, and the boss man Barajak Deo. However, actually, I'm a little not so pleased with last week or the last program on Wednesday, where this guy from the AFC, what's his name?
Mr. Patterson. David Patterson?
Yes, he was given a free ride, and I'm surprised Freddie allowed him to that. And you weren't given so much a chance to talk. I mean, I know Freddie delivery against David Hines, a program that I would look at 1,000,000 times. I looked at that over 1,000,000 times because Freddie's delivery against that guy was like Sachin Tendulkar batting against a mediocre bowling. Or maybe I have that part wrong, but I was surprised that the guy was given a free ride. The guy answered. He was not pressured into the tough questions, and I am upset. I am sorry, guys, but I'm upset. Freddie, please, you are way better than that to allow this guy to be lying so much on the program, and the world knows that he was lying. You know, another thing. I'll reiterate my earlier sentiment. Guyana is moving in the right path. I am proud. I'm happy. I'm a Guyanese 1,000,000%. Right, and kudos to the PPP. Thank you very much, guys.
Okay, thanks for calling. Good. The numbers are on the screen. Please call and let us know how you feel about anything under the sun, anything under the moon. The numbers are there.
Another call coming through. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Hello?
Yes, good evening, sir.
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Hi. Good evening. Yes. Hello?
Can you
have to lower your volume.
Lower your volume down, please? On your device.
We are hearing ourselves on We're hearing ourselves on your phone.
Okay. Is that better now?
Yeah, much
Yes,
better.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that I've been enjoying this program, and I am happy that you, Akash, is on the program. You may not remember me, but I know you very well. You're an amazing young man.
Thank you.
A few things. First of all, last week when those people were calling in about the NIS and so on, and they were blaming NIS has to get a lot of blames. But I can tell you that the guy who said he got $100,000 for a year, chances are that he has not submitted his life certificate. And if you do not submit your life certificate, then you wouldn't be paid until the life certificate is received. That's the first thing. And the guy from the quarantine, I think it was, who is living in Canada, again, life certificates. All right? Besides those, I have a little concern that I would like to bring to the fore. I have had a land from Lands and Survey, and I have migrated and I have asked that the land be transferred to somebody who has occupied the land. And last October, I was told what to do. I submitted everything. And to date, every time I call in, I am told, oh, nothing has happened yet. Nothing has happened yet. I'm wondering what is happening with this single window process that we have. And is there any way we can make an appointment to see the Commissioner of Lands and Survey? When you go there, it's impossible to get on to talk with the gentleman, and I'm sure he doesn't know all that is happening. So that's a concern for Lands and Survey I would like to bring to the fore. Besides that, the teachers' strike, I am very, very disappointed because I think from all that has happened so far, this definitely is politically motivated, and I'm happy that most of the teachers are coming to themselves and they are returning to the schools because our children need them at this time. Have a good night.
No, don't go up. Don't go up.
Yeah.
Stay on.
Yes.
Okay. You see how you look at the context. You said the people who made the complaints about NIS, maybe the fault is on their side. But you have a complaint against Lands and Survey. You see, people do have their complaints, You tend.
No, I'm not saying that it's complaint, but what I'm saying.
You tend just now to dismiss not dismiss, for want of a better word, the complaints about the NIS. But you're making a serious complaints against Lands and Survey. So people do experience these big and large hiccups. It doesn't mean the government knows about it, but people do experience these things. I mean...
Yeah, what I'm saying, Freddie, is I agree that people have not, but I'm saying that one of the issues is if you do not submit your life certificate, then the payment stops until the life certificate is sent. And I rather suspect that the gentleman who had gotten just 100 and something thousand for the period is because he may not have submitted. I'm not saying he's wrong, but to say that, we have to submit our life certificates before we get our pension paid into our accounts. All right?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Hello?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Yes. I would like to inform you, if you have not already heard, but you may have heard, that one of Guyana's greatest classical Indian singers,
Yes.
Mr. Mohanandu, age 87, died.
Oh my.
Yes, he passed away today, yes.
Yes.
In Guyana?
Yeah, Mohanandu.
Yes.
I didn't know. If I had known about where he was, we could have had him on the program. I grew up with him. My mother, we grew up hearing him. My mother was a staunch practicing Hindu. So I know about him. That is so... And when this program started, our intention was to record history. We think we have done that so far with so many of our guests. I'm sorry I didn't know about him.
Yeah, because I don't know who's left now. Because before him, he was predeceased by the great Gobind Ram.
Mm-hmm.
The two of them used to rival each other in the 1960s, 70s. And there was also, around the father of Danny Balgobin,
Yes.
Kanraj Balgobin.
Yes.
Those, when I was growing up in the 60s, those were like the three great.
Akash's father was a practicing pandit.
Well,
you would know about that.
I actually studied in classical music at the Indian Culture Center. I was probably 12, 13 when I played Basuri, which is the
Yes, I heard you play many times.
Oh, you did, you do. So, but Mohan Nandu. Today I was listening one of his renditions of a song, "O Duniya Ke Rakhwale."
Oh yeah. That's the hardest song to sing.
And his delivery for that song is really unparalleled, you know, in Guyana. For those that I've heard in Guyana, yes. But Mohan Nandu was a truly a Guyanese icon, and I think we should all honor these people posthumously, so too by still sharing their music and
Yes.
you know, and talking about them.
No, because that to me, he sang three of the greatest or the three of the hardest songs with ease. As you just said, "O Duniya Ke Rakhwale" from Baiju Bara.
Mm-hmm.
And also from Til Hi To Hai, Laga Chunari Medag, right, which is tough, and also Madhubana Me Radhika Nachile.
Yeah.
Those three.
Wow.
Well, I wish I had known about him being around. We will definitely have him on the program. I grew up with him. I grew up in a strong Hindu home. I wish people like you who call in would inform us about these icons who are still around.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's around now. They all have to be younger, because I think all of the older persons have now departed. I may be wrong, but I can't really think.
There is one guy you might know that is still, he has kept the tradition of the Chautal singer, a guy by the name of Satan.
Oh yes, Uncle Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu, yes.
From Kitty? From Kitty?
Yeah, he's still around.
Of course, I know him when I was young.
Yes, he has kept.
Should get there. He got me in it.
Do you know Prabhu? Do you know? But do you know Prabhu Dayal Satan is one of the longest serving PPP members?
That's right.
Yes.
There are very few people who have more years than him.
Yes.
As because some of those older PPP leaders are gone.
Harry Nakta is about 87 too.
Harry Nakta. But I think they have very few that are over and above Prabhu. I know Prabhu when I was a little 10-year-old. Prabhu's in his 80s too.
Yes, in the 80s.
Yeah. I think we got. I know him very well. The past 60 years.
I will ask.
We will get him and let him explain. I have experience with Prabhu being assaulted in Kitty during the 73 election. You know.
Well, that's 51 years ago.
Yeah, I saw people beat up Prabhu. Prabhu has served this country very well in the years of the anti-dictatorship struggle, and of course, you know, his mouth isn't down here.
All right.
Right, sir. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling.
Right.
Yeah, Mohan Nandu.
Yeah, of course I know Mohan Nandu very well. I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
But I know him.
And Mohan Nandu had a classical style of singing, you know, he sang these real songs, these songs that are based on ragas, you know. Such a wonderful man.
I would have liked to have him. The problem with this show is that we don't have a production company. When you have a production company, they go out
and get
people. The host could say, look, you have these 6 people that you know, could you make contact with them? But I am fed up spending my own money on this program. So, you know.
Again, you can call the numbers. It's we have call coming in. Hello,
good evening.
Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
Freddie?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Freddie?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
You remember I called you and talked to you concerning Mr. the boxer? What was when the world tackling Guyana here?
I can't say honestly, I remember. But what's his name?
I think I can't remember his name, but only that he won the title. And they never give him nothing. Right?
But you can't remember his name?
We said last year the guy won the title.
Yeah.
Elton Dari?
He's boxing.
I'm Elton Dari.
Elton Dari, that's the man.
Mm-hmm.
And the government has never given that man something. And the other day, Guyanese bowl, and they give him a big welcome in Guyana. You see these things, you look at these things, you wonder what is going on in this country.
Do you know about Elton Dari?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Elton Dari.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he's fighting sometime later this.
Yeah, but what would Guyana have done for him? What Guyana have done for him?
Well, I am one of those who believe that the most stylish, flamboyant batsman Guyana produce is Rohan Kanai. You don't judge talent by the amount of statistics. Viewers would be amazed to know that the batsman with the highest number of test centuries is a guy named Sachin Tendulkar. But that doesn't mean he's the best batsman. He made 51 test centuries in 200 matches. There's a guy from South Africa named Jack Callis. That guy has 46 test centuries and 36 matches less than Tendulkar. So he's a better batsman. So, yeah.
What I'm saying, and let me take it out frankly to you then. What I'm saying, the Indian people have done a lot in this country.
You don't have to put an ethnic slant in it, man. African, Guyanese, Portuguese, Indians have done a lot for this country. Man, don't go down that route.
You're running my point I'm making, sir.
Don't go down that. Well, I interrupted you because you're giving Guyanese history an ethnic slant.
But let me say it. No, what? Brian Lawrence, Trinidad. You take what you get from the government for doing this cricket. What can the ball get? What can the ball get?
Look, I think Guyana honors its achievers. And I don't think there's any ethnic slant to that. But you're entitled to your opinion, Saul, and the phone is open for you to say what you have to say.
I will call you back another thing. Let me another thing before we go off. I hope the government do not pay the teachers for that strike they're striking there.
You don't get paid when you're on strike. That is a contradiction.
Because it is wrong. Illegally strike because a thing is going on in conferences going on between them and it's called a strike. You understand?
Yeah.
Have a good night and I enjoy your program every night, but I want to see the most tip things in this country, man. You understand?
All right. Yes.
Okay, bye-bye.
Good. Thank you. Have a good evening. You know, Jack Callis was across all platforms. You know, he has.
You know, people would not know this. Tendulkar has 50 test centuries out of 200 matches. Jack Callis is a far better batsman than him.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon, Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
A very good evening to you.
Good evening.
I have some concern, as you know, as a concern to this matter. I do contribute to this program regularly. Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Almost every Friday. Not every Friday, but first thing first. We have an ongoing problem in our country with teachers currently. I don't want to be too long on this, but I just wanted to say something. Think about it, that most of the poor people of this country attend primary school. Most poor children, poor people send the children to the primary school in this country, or to school in the whole, the government school. We have exam coming up in the next couple of days from now, and we have teachers. We're teaching poor people children out there. Parents can't afford to send their children to a private school, like forces in certain brackets of society. either the Ministry of Labor or the Ministry of Education. Will we wait for another week and another week, then go to the table? That's the reason why we have a government. To solve issue as it arises. This is like a little sword that come upon your foot. You're waiting until you get big and chop out. I think the issue should be solved immediately. One other thing more, I don't want to stay too long. Freddie, I respect you as an wherever you do. I know you probably, I don't know if you appreciate me or not, but this is the truth. Our forefathers came to these very shores with chains on the neck and hand and on the feet. Came to these shores. Some came as intentional laborers. And they too was enslaved because when they came, they couldn't go back where they came from. Right? They couldn't go back, and we were short of education. We didn't get to go to school. Just one. I hear what I wanted to say before I go. Our forefathers struggled from the 17th to the 18th century to today's date. They got to keep a family upon this land. And now forces coming from Norway. Norway they're coming from. And just spend 6 months in this country and get citizenry. You think this is fair to Guyanese people and to our forefathers? But die in slavery, but die struggling for their ancestors to forget a daily bread in this country. Now a man just cross over this place, come to this country, spend 6 months and get citizenship, get rights, just like Guyanese. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for calling.
I don't know if that is true. Somebody get citizen after 6 months, but the guy's entitled to his opinion. I don't know if
But
anyway, yes.
But Freddie, all the country, we've been saying this for a long time, that nations grow by people coming to that country to help build it. And
well, I don't know if somebody came here and 6 months after they get citizenship, but he has a right to express himself. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie Kissoon and your friend here.
Yes.
Akash Prasad.
Yes, good evening.
Yes. About the strike. This minister, the APNU minister, I can't remember her name. What's her name again?
APNU minister?
Yes, one name was...
There were plenty APNU ministers.
Oh, I know the lady, okay, I think. Now, I see Jack Deus talk something about the union, and which is fair. Why is it they can't submit
they haven't submitted proper books in almost 30 years. Right.
Good. So it doesn't make any sense. You could see naturally these people only for use these teachers, but to use teachers not thinking, me know, when you bribe, you're staying better. But I don't know how people could follow. I could just say one thing here. Then people say, that woman is Antichrist. You know, like when the devil come down, and people they're gonna mislead people. Them is the kind of people. I'm sorry to say that word. We are like human, right? But these people, there is no good. There's no good. They want corruption. So they don't want to see so much development to go on in this country, and they don't see it. So much development. People are ungrateful. People are ungrateful. I'm going to tell you something. Even God can't please us right now. But we're fellow human beings. And the government is trying so much to help people in this country.
All right.
That's it?
No, and the column is just about our food parents. And that's why they leave back out now. The only thing about the food parents, the Indian people that struggle in this country.
Don't put an ethnic...
I understand.
Your comments were going all right.
Yes.
Let's avoid who is Indian, who's African.
Right.
Let's talk about issues.
Which are we still struggling? Because we have the wealth, but we work for it. If everybody work and put the things in place, we will not suffer. But a lot of people are wasting life. You know how much of those myths and people are misusing the wealth when they get, and when the long run, they holler things hard. No, You live in a world and you work, you accumulate and you put in place so when things get hard. That is what the government is doing. That's why it's not utilizing them only while. Because when a bad day comes, it will definitely help people. When you use out everything now, what do you believe will happen? Tell me, man.
That's it, sir?
Yes.
Thanks
You so much, sir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Freddie, the Indian under-19 cricket team and Australia are facing off in the finals in the under-19.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, World Cup, yeah.
Hello, welcome to the Freddie Kissoon Gildarie show with Akash Prasad.
Good night, Ferry. Good night, Akash.
Good evening.
I just call in to highlight a problem by the Harbour Bridge here.
Yeah.
Normally you get police at direct traffic there, right?
Yes.
So when the police are there, the traffic is moving nice. But when the police are not there, the traffic, they go and block up the whole entrance. So people who coming out on Jones Street, that the Fine Street in Baggerstown there, they cannot get over the road because
Akash lives right down there. Akash lives right down there.
I have to deal with that issue on a daily basis also. I live just over the bridge, so I have to come out and face with that. You know what I do most of the time?
Stop by the light so that we can go past the stop sign and go and block we up on the we can't come out here.
That's right. Yes.
Can you bring that up? That's really urgent. I thought if some police officer, somebody would see that this thing going on for years and years and they're not doing anything.
Well, I'm sure I'm sure it's been going on for years and years, and I'm sure they would have seen it, but I don't know what is the issue of not dealing with it. It's there. It's a major problem. Yes, I've seen it.
Thank you very much, sir. You guys doing a great job.
Thanks.
Have a wonderful evening.
You too. Bye.
In case you missed us when we started, good evening. Hello?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Ready?
Yep.
You had 2 mules and a dog.
Pardon me?
A couple of years ago. 2 mules and a shack, right? Well, we'll start with water on me. Right? And Gregory Smith, who was born right? Gregory Smith lived 1 block away from me. The same night when water on, he got assassinated in Main Street. He was in my business. Well, Freddie, you know Miss Bandit is back of me. And you're Russell Evans Street.
Somehow, I don't know. Wait a minute. You're hearing him properly? There's some.
He said Russell
I know,
Evans.
but it's not. You're not coming across very clear. You're not coming across very clear. It could be a phone, but anyway, go on.
Yes. When they was talking about water rods, out the water rod, you guaranteed a mentor him. I was to be at Merriman's Mall every Thursday. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm his supporter. Gregory Smith used to live in Russell and House Street with Jibu Data, with Rockstone Data. I live Russell and Evans Street. He was at my shop the night when they assassinated him. I was shocked. I jumped up my balcony and ran up Ben Street. Here, and then it's sort of the guy was talking. There was the shaky shirt saying, "Rato, he wanted to assassinate Hitler Burnham." He would get to the bottom of his mouth, but he's the first one to talk. And that's why I want to get rid of him because he's so brilliant, and I look up to him. Here, my dad was a PPP. My mother was a PNC. My mother have the agreement at the school together since she was in school. Very better ground. But we all have different opinions with different politicians. Right? But when the guy was talking, with the one with the shirt, saying that rather was trying to assassinate Burnham and get rid of Burnham, that's bullshit. You understand? He would have assassinated Burnham with his mouth, with his words, with his intelligence. Here, and that's my opinion, brother.
All right, thanks.
That's my opinion with Walter Rodney. He was a brilliant man. I thought I was scared of him. You tell anybody I said that. Right? I was shocked that when Reverend Smith went and do that.
Okay.
I was heartbroken that he lived 1 block away from me.
All right.
I saw him the night before.
Okay.
All right. All right. Have a good evening, sir.
Our WhatsApp number is on the 652-1314. That's our WhatsApp number. And the landline is on the...
Go ahead.
Go
Hello,
ahead,
good
sir.
evening.
Good evening.
Hi, good night to you, Mr. Freddie. Good night, Akash.
Good evening.
Yes, Mr. Freddie and Akash, you know, every day I'm listening to the news and I'm seeing that this government is trying very hard to push small business, local small business in this country to strive and grow. But how can we, the small business operators, strive and grow if we're not getting equal treatment? Like, you know, well, for example, let me make it clear to you. I am a small business owner, right? And I do not get services from these distribution companies, such like Massey Distribution Company, Anson McCall, Bakewell is number one. You know, many of these companies, all these vans, Sings Confectioneries, all these vans and everybody going to the Chinese supermarket, giving the sales to them. All the small businesses and small shops all over the place, closing down now. And many of these small shops are like people, pensioners, doing a business, carry pension, who can't suffice to take care of you. And disability people like me, I'm a disabled person, I don't work anymore. My wife was running a small business and trying to help take care of bills and so forth. Now, if we don't get business, they close we down. What's going to happen? How are we going to survive? I don't think this is fair on us. And I am trying to reach out to many organizations to try to have some of this issue fixed, and I'm not getting nowhere.
Okay. What area are you calling from?
I am calling from Grove and the East Bank. If you come into Grove and Craig and these areas, you'll see how many small businesses closed down because of the same thing. We're not getting products to sell. Now, being a disability, I don't drive. And I cannot run behind the van and go and get the thing there. I got to take a taxi. And for me, for take a taxi, run to catch this van, by the time you come back, run myself for $1. Because the another thing is that the taxi service and the taxi operators and them are killing with prices. There is no stipulated price and rate that anybody charges. Everybody charges with a fee like per charge.
Oh. All right. Just two things. One, the first problem is very, very difficult to solve. Massey and Ansel McCall, they should sell their products to small business people, but I don't think there's any law that could compel them, that they have to have a conscience. And the second thing is we don't have price control in Guyana, so people raise their prices. Anything else, sir?
So, well, those are the things that I would like to see the government address. I mean, if you want to see small businesses strive, then we have to address this.
Yeah, but the government, one of the impressive things about the budget, that was the first thing I noticed about the budget, is a lot will be done for small businesses. The type of money that was assigned to help small business was substantial. But in your case, you are saying those big importers are overlooking small Guyanese business and going to the Chinese, who of course probably buy more from Anson, McCall and Massey. That's a problem. That is a problematic area of commerce that I don't think could be easily solved, because if you tell Massey man why you're not going to those small local Guyanese business, Massey can say, well, look, it's our business to sell, who's buying in larger bulk. But I understand, so keep trying and don't lose faith.
No, I'm still holding up because I have no other source of dependency. This is my source of dependency, you know.
Okay.
And this is why I have to hold up and keep trying all the time.
Yeah.
But we have been supporting these businesses, these big importers, years before these big businesses come into play, like the Chinese stores. It's only a few years now Chinese started operating
they say, you know, I grew up hearing that business don't have a conscience. Business concerned with profits. I don't subscribe to that. I think business must have a conscience. But anyway, sir, thanks for coming through.
Thank you very much for listening to my concern.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good night. Yes. Bye.
That's a difficult one to solve. Akash.
Recently, you know, just as soon as the new year started, there was I don't know if you noticed, there was a shortage of bread. Bakewell, I spoke to one of the guys who managed the operation. He said many people didn't show up, and the Chinese buy out all the bread, so the local shops had no bread to sell.
Hello there. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
I am using this platform to ask the government of Guyana and the Guyana Teachers Union to try to come to an amicable settlement. We need to put aside egos. I've known persons who sell at school canteens. They didn't do no business for the week. Minibus drivers are complaining of loss of income because of a less commuting public. And so in the interest of nationhood, I am using TBN's platform to apologize, to appease both parties. Please come together for the sake of our children and those persons who depend on the school for their income. Let us try to help them. That's all.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for your patriotism. Thanks.
Very good call.
If you just join us, I did announce that Leonard Gildarie will be leaving for the US to do further medical tests. Let's wish him well. Our WhatsApp number is on the screen and our landline is on the screen. Call us and let's know what are your concerns, your criticisms, your praiseworthiness. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening.
Have we lost that call? Good evening. Hello.
Hello?
Yes,
Yeah.
good evening. You're on the show.
Come on, sir. Come on. Time's going. You're on the air. Hello, sir. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers to call is 231-2982 or 652-1340. You can get us on WhatsApp with that number. I know many people are viewing us from the diaspora, so you can get us on WhatsApp on 652-1314. Call us on area concerns, your grievances. We don't have the capacity here to deal with some of the issues, but the fact that you'll be airing your issues means a lot.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good evening.
Good night. Good evening. So I have a couple of issues I just want to raise with you guys.
Yes.
So concerning the teacher strike, you guys mentioned that the teacher union have not paid their dues or submitted their audit for how many years. But don't you find that convenient that this is brought up now? Have they not submitted those documents over 20 years? Why was this not brought up when they were striking against APNU? Like, we have a weird way of making judgment, right? Why did they not bring this up? Did the PPP just discover this morning? That's the first point. Second point, if you look at the ministers, if you look at the bags that the minister, even the prayer wears, she has a Chanel bag on Facebook right now. That's $7,000. Do you know how much teachers you can pay with that money? That's like 12 teachers' salary. How is it that all the ministers' wives have Chanel and Gucci and these expensive $1 million bags, right? And you're still saying we're poor, we can't afford to pay teachers. So where's this discrepancy? Everybody in Parliament can afford these expensive designer purse, but still, when it comes to public servant, there's an issue with pay. Should we not take some of the money from the parliamentarians and just give it to the teacher then? Why not reduce the parliamentarian's salary? How is it that a maid working for Priya is making more than a teacher? Which is more important? Is it a maid or is it a teacher? My final point, Freddie, I know you a long time. You may not know me, but I know you a long time. why I don't see that you're criticizing the PPP. Is it because APNU did so bad at the election? Is it because of the bad behavior that you can't criticize the PPP anymore? Have you switched completely? That's all.
Thanks for coming through. All right. Call us and air your grievance, air your accusations. Call us and give praise to where you think praise is due. Akash?
Yes. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
You have to lower your volume. We're hearing ourselves on your phone.
Okay, sorry about this, sir.
Yes, go ahead.
The issue with the teachers, right? There seems to be an emphasis, only a one-sided emphasis. But people are not looking at certain things, another side of it. All right, take for instance, right? Other employees, government and private sector employees, they don't have some of the options and the benefit the teachers have. Firstly, teachers for almost the summer period for almost 2 months, they get paid and they don't have to work. Into the Christmas season where everybody else is busy, doing a lot of things. Teachers have 2 weeks into the Christmas season. They don't have to work. During the Easter period, almost 2 weeks, teachers don't have to work. Other employees from different sectors, as soon as Easter over, the next day they have to go back to work. Teachers don't have to do that. Many of them are absent many days from school, and still the absent day they're being paid for. People are not looking at the benefits that they're having. They're seeing a one-sided thing. For me personally, I see it as a political incitement by the opposition. Well, the country has money, demand that you want more, and people are excited to have more, and there's the reason for the strike. That's all I have to say.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Hey guys, good evening. Again, your usual Friday night contributor here.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hey, yes, Akash.
Yeah.
Akash, Freddie. Yeah. So I got a couple of points. I wanted to respond to. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you clearly.
Yeah. So the previous caller that called, and he was making the point about Priya's Louis Vuitton bag costing $3,000. When I don't understand why we have to get to these petty things of who wears what in a very crisis situation, with the education system. Looking at that, does he have a problem to see Coretta McDonald driving a $65,000 Lexus 300R? He doesn't have a problem with that, where the GTU does not even declare their financial statement. So this is a kind of mentality, the asinine mentality that still exists among our people. They are seeing the tree, but they're missing the entire forest. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is really, the critical juncture like this, I think when you go into the teaching profession, I've been in the teaching profession for 16 years. Your core objective there is to be there for the students. Understand that, okay, you may have labor disputes, but you have to allow the process to take its course. Before you get to strike action, there's several precursor courses that you have to take. The talks have not broken down. So the previous caller saying that, he doesn't understand why they can't come to the table. We are at the table, but I think it's a political gimmick here, which is being manipulated to use the teacher as a political wagon for the APNU AFC. They have said at the beginning of the year that their plan is to take industrial action, and they're using the teachers again. If we go back in 1980 to 1992, I was a teacher in Guyana. Wages for teachers were frozen for 7 straight years. So now if we look at from 2020 to 2024, teachers have gotten a 36.5% raise incrementally over the time. And so, these are the things that we don't pay attention to. What we're using, and the teachers are falling on the bandwagon like what the sugar workers did with the AFC in the 2015-2011 election, and we are going to end up in the same situation again. I think when the teacher takes that profession, he understands his obligation is to the students. I think the government needs to institute some sort of legislation to make teaching become an essential duty in the country, like nurses and police. They can't just go on strike like that and put the country at risk. Many countries have done that. And so we need to take further action on this and even dissolve, or the teachers who are in school today get together themselves and form a union, a parallel union to the GTU to make them obsolete. You know, this is ridiculous what they're doing to the future of this country. And I feel very strongly about this. The other point I wanted to make to the with the opening of that college in Portman, that was a very proud moment. And I, applauded the government for taking on, some venture like that in the interest of the youths of the country. So again, teachers should not allow themselves to be manipulated and used as political pawns in achieving the objective of Congress Place. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you for calling. He's still on.
Good. Time is going down. We have half an hour more. Yep. Let's take this call. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Freddie.
Yes, good evening. You're onto the show.
Yeah. Freddie, we talking about Gildarie. I see Mr. Gildarie on this program. He don't exercise. They got some nice machine at courts and things. But Gildarie exercise, he walk. Mr. Gildarie, he got to exercise, he got sweat out. I don't know how Mr. Gildarie gonna get sick. He looking spicy and biting, but he got to exercise. He got to get out them hard water out his skin. Yeah, Sam. Yes, you're on the show.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. All right. All right then. He's gone.
Yeah.
I didn't see the relevance of that comment, but that's one of the collateral damage of calling program. People call and say, look.
Yeah, you can take that.
Hello.
Hi, good night.
Hi, good evening.
I have a contribution tonight. I saw that the teachers on strike. They want a better wage. Now, let us look at the security guard. I saw that the president, when he went at Bushlot, and the security guard, I think it's a security guard, asked him about if guards get raised the pay. And I suggest that he was working with a private company. And the president says, oh, Lord, you're working with a private company. Now, let I say this. Many persons are working with private security firms. And those security firms I'm talking about is who take contract from the region. And those guys are working for $65,000 a month. And when you're a guard and you have to work 8 hours, I'm just doing a breakdown here.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a family. You have a family of 3. You got a house to maintain. You get expensed. Then you got to go to your work because they are checker, their supervisor who will check in on you. You have to do the people them work. And you got to wait for them month to receive $65,000. And you never see guards go on strike. And I know you're working with a private company, so you're obligated to all your rules. And if you don't want a job, you leave. But still, each and every public servant, I said, every individual needs to have a decent salary in this country. A salary that is payable. So you will not find person working lackadaisical, or person don't want to work because the expense, your expense is bigger than your budget. So I think that the government needs to really look for each and every, not only public servant alone, but everyone. Give them, let them have a decent salary in this country. And if person have decent salary in this country, you will find a different person willing to go to work. You will find less crime because your money, what you're working for, will have value and it can purchase stuff for your children then. And my second contribution is, I want to mention this health system in Guyana here. This system needs to revamp. I glad if the Minister of Health can come on your program and on Friday you have a calling system.
I invited him a year ago.
I was happy for him to come on the program. I'm living in Region 3, And I sick and tired with this region 3, and I think it's actually across this country. I'm not bashing healthcare worker. They're doing an essential work. They're very fundamental to this country and the entire world. But, you know, the system management is very important. Those who are the hospital admin, those who are supervising those work. Isn't there people going to make complaint? You get people, they go there in line, the people there from since 8 o'clock till 4 o'clock. You get, imagine, I'm from a rivering community, and you have an emergency in a rivering community, and you know when you call the hospital, the closest hospital is Lenora Cottage, and you call Dave an assistance from ambulance to pick up a patient. A child who lost one his foot, and your hospital phone rang out. When next time a child call a coin, you call the hospital, you don't get no response. Why is it that government's spending so much money on health in this country, and the poorer class people cannot get it? And again, I'm not bashing the healthcare worker, but their system, these are people that you put to manage these things. To me, they just, I don't know what to say. So the government need to scrutinize these RHOs and these HA for these hospitals and all these people, because it's getting really, really sticky. And that is my contribution. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for coming through.
Good evening. The numbers to call again is 231-2982 or 652-1314. You can get us on WhatsApp on that number. Call in on area grievances. This is the platform for that. We have another half an hour or so to go. So please get your calls in.
Mr. Gobin Harbour John, who was a guest, you have a call.
Yes. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Hey, good night to you, Akesh and Mr. Kissoon.
Good evening.
I want to ask you guys, what you guys plan to do, or the town council or the government, with those markets we got in this country, brother? They're deplorable.
Yes.
You go to big market. You ever go to the back of big market and see what's going on there? That place is going to fall down, kill all the people down there.
I was there 2 days ago, actually.
You see the site of that place, Akesh?
Yes, I did.
And people selling vegetables at the back there, and fish and all kind of things.
Yeah, the wharf has fallen apart.
What's going on there, brother? That's going to be a crisis area.
Well, we heard.
I'm not here.
That comes in the the market comes in.
Yeah, that comes under the Georgetown City Council.
Yeah.
What happened with the Penitence Market now by Kaicho News there? That place looks like a shanty town.
Yeah, that's in a terrible state, yeah. Yeah.
Now, we talking border market. Look at border market, the condition of border market, my friend. And this is an oil economy that we're living in. The city is the most deplorable state. It's stink, it's nasty. How can people buy greens and eat meat and all these kind of things with this kind of condition in the city?
Yeah.
My friend, you got to comment on this, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
This is a wonderful country. This is one of the richest countries in the world. Why do we have to live under these deplorable conditions? You go to the market, you find rats. People got vegetables there. You got roaches crawling on them. Are people still buying these things? Mr. Kissoon?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
My friend, I'm going to close shortly. I just want to give a shout out to all those guys in Gaza who are suffering, and nobody is saying nothing to help those guys.
But I thought you would end your contribution by saying, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. You don't want to say that?
Well, I was in the Palestines. I was in the Gaza. I was in the West Bank. I was in Jerusalem and Bethlehem and those places.
That's not what I asked you.
I saw those people living under.
Anyway, thanks. That's not what I asked you. I asked if you want to end your contribution by saying, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free.
I will say that. I will contribute to that. That's a fair statement.
But you're not saying it.
Get rid of the Zionists.
We have two Islamic scholars on the program next week
On
discussing
Monday.
genocide. Thanks for being with us. Let's take this call. Keep in touch.
You too, my brother. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, you're on to the show.
I think that person went off.
Yeah. Thank you. Remember the numbers to call? 231-2982.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, madam.
This is the Glen Gildarie show.
Yes, it is.
Hi, good evening. I'm calling because of small businesses. I'm on the East Coast, and I'm facing it. I'm finding it very, very hard because, one, the Chinese is all over in Lusitnan, all over the place. The business, the truck, I heard the man speaking about the truck, the massive truck going to these Chinese.
Yeah, and not delivering stuff at the locals.
Well, okay, I'm not going to say that because some do come by me for Bakewell. I don't really buy Bakewell. I buy banks. The banks do come. But what doesn't tell you, if I buy it, it ain't selling because people ain't coming. They go into the Chinese, and we government bringing in all the damn Chinese from Suriname. I could speak Dutch. I was living in Suriname when Dr. Jalvan called these people and say, come back home, you'll find it will be better. I come back home, and I could speak Dutch. And every one damn Chinese on this East Coast I speak Dutch with. I speak Dutch with every one of them. And they tell me where they come from because even in Rob Street there, and then I can't remember the name. I went to some of those Chinese and I heard them speak the Dutch, and I talk back with them, and I understood. They tell me where they come from, and I know where they come from. All come from Suriname. So we government over the Suriname government send them out, and they come here. We government pick them up, and we are the small business facing a hard time in Guyana. What are we going to do? There's only some people getting these money, the small business loan. Because I see it with my eyes. I register how much time, and I cannot have a dime. And only certain set of people getting it. I'm not begging them for it because the money is our money. Guyana is our country, our oil, our country. Here is where I born and grew. I go to Canada, I go to America, I go to Suriname. I live in Suriname. I was getting the opportunity to live in French Guyana. I did not take it up. I come back to my country, and this is what I'm facing. It can be. The president going to all these villages and Lusitnan, where is this stronghold Ian coming in and see where the poor people, in Lusitnan, in the Grassfield area, people still cooking on fireside. What happened to our government? Only in South he could go, and only in Lane Avenue they could go and walk, and Buxton and all over. Why can't you come in Lusitnan? I think we need him in Lusitnan, in Grassfield. Come down at the back. You pass, you go down to the prison. Why can't you come in the area, walk and talk to these people?
Well, in all fairness to the president, I think that is his style of politics, to visit places. If he hasn't visited where you are, maybe you come. I mean, he has a different style since independence. So all the other presidents, he administers his policies not from his office, but by going to the districts, enclaves, regions of Guyana, and seeing what could be done. I hope he comes to your area. But of course, this is a big country.
My area. You listening to me?
Yep.
My area is the people that they take out from the cedar and all over and put it in here. If you see poverty in here.
All right.
And then top it all. Top all of it. The Chinese selling more dear than us, the small business. They're selling more dear because you don't have a price control officer. You don't have a price control list. You don't have nothing to do with price. You don't have nothing. If you go, and that is what nobody sees. Some things are expired. They erase the thing, the expiry date, and they put on it. And you know, when you buy it, you get sick. But nobody come in and check all these Chinese, and you would see.
Okay, thanks for coming through. I'm a little bit uncomfortable when Guyanese criticize people coming into Guyana because we have gone and taken over other people's country. But anyway, look, I understand your frustration. It's called competition. But you can't stop people from coming to Guyana. We go to the US and Canada all the time.
That is why
thanks for coming through.
That is why Dr. Jagan called us home back.
Okay. Thanks for coming through. Let's take
all
this
right.
call.
Thank you so much.
We only have 8 minutes more. Thanks for coming through.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Oh, hi, good evening, Mr. Kissoon, Mr. Freddie Kissoon, and Mr. Akash Prasad. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Well, I must say from all of us here, all the viewers and all of us here from the diaspora, I'd like to take this time to wish Mr. and Mrs. Freddie Kissoon a happy anniversary.
Thank you.
And that you celebrated yesterday.
Thanks.
Remember that song, the Picasso?
Yeah, the last Picasso, yeah.
The last Picasso. I have it here for you if you wish.
No, it's okay. I have it. It's an important song in my marital evolution. I have it. But thanks for coming through.
No, I thought you wanted me to sing a verse.
No. Spare us that.
Right, well,
it's a very serious night with serious calls. Thanks for coming through. Let's take this call.
Well, happy Valentine's Day to everyone, and happy Chinese New Year, and hope you celebrate it with family and friends.
Okay,
thank you.
So,
God
thanks.
richly bless you this year and years to come.
Thank you so much.
Hello? Lost that call. Let's see. We've got 6 minutes more. Okay. Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Am I to the Gildarie show?
Yes, you're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon Akash Prasad show.
Yeah, I would like to speak to them on air.
You're on air.
What?
You're on air right now.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, time is going. Sir, time is going. Come
you're
speak
on air.
up.
You're on
We
air.
only got 5 minutes more.
Hello.
Could you,
Good night.
sir, please speak up. We only have 5 minutes more. You're on the air.
Hello. Good night.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. Hello. Yes. Go ahead. Turn your volume down, please.
Look.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
NDC and EPA exists in Guyana, right? But in we village, people dash garbage like side of the road, and dash garbage in the drain. They're burning it all over the village, and nobody don't do them nothing. That's supposed to be the NDC job and the EPA job, but I see them just complain about they want to raise the pay and everything, and they not really do their job.
Okay, what area are you calling from?
I'm just calling from Wales. Not really Wales alone, this has happened to all North part in West Bank.
Okay.
All right,
yeah, the country really need a more modernizing garbage disposal system.
All right.
When you call an EPA and NDC and so they just ignore your talk route to you.
They talk rude to you?
Yeah, then I really do their job. They also say yeah, and then I come do.
I'm glad you came through. I'm glad we have this program so people could air their things. Thanks for coming through.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, have a good evening.
Oh, lost that call. Okay. Good. Let's see. With my mango pelter, we have 4 minutes more. Good. We've had a full night of calls, and we've had people airing their complaints. If you just here we go. Good evening. We have 4 minutes more to go.
Yes, go ahead. You're online. You're on the air.
Yeah, but I'm not getting your feedback from the TV.
You don't need a feedback. You go ahead and talk. The people are hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, you're here. I'm hearing you.
But I'm not going to get through them on the TV itself.
You don't need to get through the TV. We're hearing you.
I'm going to cut you off if you can't make your point. We only got 3 minutes more. Please say what you want to say.
I would like to say that. Hello?
Man, this is nonsense. This is nonsense.
Listen, when you come through on the program and we say that we can hear you, you don't have to wait until we.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Kissoon.
Yeah.
I wonder why you allow that lady to continue speaking about our Chinese business.
But you have to look. You have to allow people to air their view. Listen.
But before you said to other people on the show, don't put an ethnic slant to their comment.
Well, I did. She was making a point about Chinese and commerce. She wasn't running down Chinese or putting an ethnic slant to it. But as she went on, I told her I was unhappy with that.
What were you unhappy with?
Pardon me?
What were you unhappy with? Our comments, or
I'm happy that she kept carping on the Chinese. Her initial point was that the Chinese are not.
Aren't Chinese Guyanese people too, like every other race in this country?
Yeah, I agree.
Why you allow her to continue like that?
I agree. Well, I didn't allow
Chinese people like that.
No.
Chinese.
You have to allow people to have their say.
Yes,
she was not. She was not insulting. She didn't. We allow people to say their thing. She was not.
I listened to you tonight too. You said that the two callers don't put ethnic slant to your comments.
But I did. Right, and they did. I don't think the lady was putting. I don't think the lady was putting an ethnic slant to it.
Well, I didn't say that. You said
she was speaking. She was speaking.
Ethnic slant to their comments. Or
she wasn't.
Whatever they were talking about. Now this woman came on and speaking about the Chinese. The Chinese. Who are these?
No, she wasn't speaking about. I don't think you're putting it over. I don't think you're putting it over properly. I don't think you're putting it over properly. She wasn't saying the Chinese. She was giving specific instances where she thinks the Chinese have an advantage. She wasn't berating the Chinese. The other guy came and he said, Trinidad do things. Trinidad thing do.
To continue, you stop them right away. Don't put an ethnic.
So we didn't stop. So we didn't stop anyone from coming through. So are you going to listen? We didn't stop anyone from making their point.
You listen to what I'm saying.
I listen to what you're saying. You're saying the lady talk about Chinese. Okay, so you made your point. You made your point. She was allowed to say what she was saying. She didn't.
Why did you allow her? After she was referring to the.
She wasn't referring to what you were saying she was referring. She wasn't speaking about Chinese. But I don't think I could convince you. You were convinced you were saying Chinese. She was speaking in a particular context. Anything else? Anything else, sir?
No.
Thanks.
We have 10 minutes more. 9:50 now. Yeah, you can call in 231-2982 or 652-1314 on WhatsApp and tell us what are some of the issues or grievances that you have We have a few minutes more to go. So we'll try to see how as many calls as we can get through.
Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Can I get on to the Gildarie issue?
Yes, sir. Go on and make your comment. You're on the show.
Okay, thank you. Hello?
Is this the same guy?
Yes, you're on the show right now.
No, wait. This guy may just saying this for fun. This guy may be just making this. He called. We tell him he's on the show, and he said hello. And I think that was the guy who did it twice before. He's probably just this is way of getting some fun.
Look, when you come through to the
no, he's an exception.
Yeah,
because he said he's on the program. We told him he's on the program, and he did it twice before. He kept saying hello. These call-in programs allow, and there's nothing you could do about it. It allows for all kinds of people to come in and say all kinds of things. But what you going to do? It's an open program. People will call in and say something about.
When you come through, and we answer you, and we said we can hear you, go right ahead. You don't have to hear yourself on your devices.
But that particular guy keeps saying hello. You tell him he's on the line, and this is the third time he did it. When you tell him he's on the line, he says hello.
Yeah, you can get us on WhatsApp on 652-1340. You can call that number also, or you can call.
I hope he doesn't call back, because he takes up time that people should be having. Good evening.
Hello. Hello. Good night.
Good night. You're on air.
Yeah. They're not hearing me on the TV. I'm saying hello to them.
You know that this is the same guy. You know.
Yeah, we're hearing you.
So. Call us next week, okay?
Okay.
Call us next week. You just.
Okay. Have a good evening.
Don't call back, sir. I don't know how he got through. He's getting through. Hello. People.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Kissoon.
Good evening. Yeah.
You know, Mr. Kissoon, things people behave. I don't know how the teachers behave in a thing. You know why I to myself, my opinion, things get too easy. So people making too much of trouble.
Yeah, we're listening. Hello? Hello, sir. I think he just made his point and he's gone.
Yeah. All right, we just have a few minutes more left in the program. You can call in.
6 minutes more in case you join us. Leonard Gildarie's not here. Mr. Gildarie's gone to the United States to do some medical tests. We wish him well and hope he'll be back here soon. As you would know from looking at the program last week, Akash Prasad, the former marketing manager for the Chronicle, is here with us. He's had a long experience in the print media. Now he's in social media, and he'll be here with us in the coming weeks and months once the show lasts. So call us and let us know what is on your mind. This is the 21st month we've been in, and this evening we had a particular annoyance with a guy who just calling in and say hello. But how can you stop that? Good evening.
It's enough actually right now.
Pardon me?
I'm not getting through with them. I tried 3 times and they get through them.
What? Do you know that's the same guy?
Yeah, look. You're saying that you're not getting through to the show.
No. Akash.
But you're here.
Akash.
You're on the show.
Akash. Akash. He's not. He doesn't. This is a guy just wants to have fun, and you can't stop that in the calling program. Except what he's doing, he is
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
So please turn your volume down. So please turn your volume down.
You have to turn the volume on your device down. And go ahead. Hello. Hello, you're on air.
Let's just take this call. Good evening.
Lee. Hello, good night.
Yes, good night.
Good evening. Yeah. I'm trying to get y'all all the time, but y'all keep cutting off. I don't know what's going on.
You're on right now. Go ahead and talk.
Hold on. So, listen to me. Please make your point right now. What you want to say. Say it right now.
Okay. I'm talking to both of them. I think they're doing a very good job.
Okay.
Okay then. Thanks for coming through. Thanks. I can't understand how this is strange. I can't understand how this guy's getting through.
I know, yeah. A lot of people try to call and they don't get through.
People meet me on the road all the time and say they want to call, they want to talk things.
Yeah, so we got about 4 minutes more to go.
This guy got through about 5 times.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are people calling. I wonder if it's him again. Hello?
Hey, Mr. Freddie, good night.
Good evening.
Good evening. That guy was trying to call there. He wanted to hear his voice on the TV.
Yeah. I think something is wrong there. Yeah.
Yes.
He wanted, yeah. It's not a normal caller.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing about the lady that was talking about the Chinese, he wasn't just saying Chinese, he was just saying that Marcy, they're not giving them supplies. They go into the bigger store, the Chinese them, and the Chinese them sell more expensive than they do. That's all she was trying to say.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for coming.
Thanks. Yeah, I think that guy was right. This guy was right. I think he called and he want to hear.
Yeah, because he's not hearing himself, he thinks he's not on the show. I think that was the problem.
Let's see how many more minutes we have.
We have
3 minutes more.
Yeah, 3 minutes. We try to take at least 2. If we can take 2 calls, go ahead. You can call now. 652-1314 and 231-2982. You can get us on WhatsApp if you're in the diaspora. We just got 2 minutes more to go.
Good. Call us. We have 2 minutes more.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Hey, Freddie, Akash, good evening, sir. How are you doing?
Very well, thanks.
I see that one guy was playing some games with you guys. When I see Freddie is become a little scared about touching that phone to pick up that call. In any case, listen, let's give him a break, man. It's sometimes very dangerous to put a smartphone in a not so smart guy's hand, right? Let's be a little bit tolerant with him. He probably is looking forward to listening to himself. But in any case, you guys continue to do a great job. Also, I want to give a shout out to our president today, opening up that facility in Port Morant. That's a very, very fantastic thing. And, with his vision, you can actually see our president, he keeps exuding that vision for the country. He's in touch with it, and then he met with a group of young athletes at the Port Morant Center, the home of Kanhai and Kalicharan, and the kids were so jubilant being around him. He radiates so much positivity when he's among the people, except for those groups that are trying to destroy our country and to stymie development. But anyway, that too shall pass. I think we can overcome this hurdle with the teachers, and the teachers, come Monday, they'll have time over the weekend to rethink stuff and get back in the class and put our children first. Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks so much for coming through. Can we take another call?
Yeah, I guess our time has come.
Yes, hello, good evening, sir.
This guy came before.
Mm-hmm. Hi, good evening.
The last Picasso was just a quiet.
Could you take that guy off? Could you take that guy off, please? Good. He knows he cannot. A year ago, he called and he sang so many times, and people object, saying that why is this guy calling singing? Hello, good evening. This is the last call.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, madam.
This is Freddie.
Yes. Go on and make your comment.
I would like to ask, does my husband have a problem with the NIL? know how you can help me. Please.
You're listening to yourself. There's a feedback.
She wants to know how we can help. She has a problem with NIS. How we can help her.
What's the problem?
My husband works with Sentinel.
Yeah, that's a security firm.
Yeah, since 2019, and they are not paying his NIS. And I go in, I make complaints since 2021. They're just dragging their feet.
Madam, I have made representations for security, for security ranks. What don't want to use the word guards. I go to the national park every day for the past 15 years, and I've had complaints about the security guards. I think the best thing for us to do, commentators, journalists, for us to do is to ask the government not to ask the government and private sector not to employ those guard companies that cheat on their employees' NIS. I've had terrible experience with that. I know what they do, and I actually went in myself to 2 guard services. I don't know what else we can do.
So I really like to have my husband NIS to pay because he will be 6 if this.
Yeah, and he's going to be short. He's going to be short with his contributions.
And it's not like he did not.
Okay, take my number. Take my number. We got to close now. Our operators have to go. We always got to observe the rights of the operators.
Your number?
614.
614, yeah.
5927.
5927. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks. We got to go now. Hold your calls. We are 3 minutes over time. In case you just join us, our program has ended. Akash Prasad was my co-host. He will be here in the future. He will now join the team of Freddie Kissoon and then Gildarie. Thanks for being with us. Akash, briefly.
Yeah, well, thanks everyone for calling in. It's great that you have a platform to call in and air your grievances. As I said, there isn't much that we can do here, but let's hope that when you call in, the authorities, those in authority that can deal with your problem, has heard your issues and they will be dealt with. We want to urge you to take care of yourself on the roadways. Look out for those who are not looking out for you, and have a fantastic weekend, everybody. We will see you back on Monday evening when we do this again. We'll be here on Monday evening for another episode of the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show. See you and take care of yourselves. Bye.